Good afternoon. We will now call the Beaufort County Board of Education agenda setting meeting for the business meeting of September 1, 2020 to order. Today is August 24, 2020. Let's see. We need a motion to approve the agenda.
I move we approve the agenda.
Mr. Smith?
Williams muted.
Yeah. Mr. Smith, thank you.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All right, all those in favor? Aye.
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 That motion carries unanimously. We will now have the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and
justice for all.
The media was properly notified. The next item on our agenda is the September 1, 2020 board meeting minutes, which we have displayed here.
No, it's this August 10th.
Oh, well, I think actually then it says something else. Maybe I made a mistake. Can you go put the agenda up back up?
Yeah, I think the agenda on mine, it says August 10th, but.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it says August 10th on mine too.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. My error.
Okay.
All right. So do we have
Yeah.
a motion?
I move that we approve the committee meeting minutes of August 10th for the agenda setting meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay. Now any discussion? Okay, there being no discussion. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. You said aye too, right, William?
Yeah, I said aye.
Okay,
Unanimous.
so motion carries unanimously. If you can go back to the agenda. Oh,
Yes.
thank you. Robin. All right, so now we're going to the September 1 board meeting agenda. So we have the disclaimer at the top. Any comments on that?
No, that's what we've been doing, correct?
Exactly. Okay. Go down to the first
And-
item on the agenda is the executive session, and it looks like the only thing we have is the personnel ratification report. So I think we want to make that 5:30 instead of 5 then.
Okay,
Yep.
Any discussion about that?
Nope.
let's
Nope.
see if
Okay. All right.
Molly, are you unable to mute Dr. Rodriguez?
Yes, instead of getting the option to unmute him, I have to ask to unmute, and I'm not sure.
David, go ahead.
Yeah, I would think that Dr. Rodriguez would have an update on the personnel issue with the teacher at Hilton Head Middle.
Okay, so,
But yeah, he can speak to that.
right. So we won't be able to hear him?
I think he has to, if she's done that, then I think he has to go ahead and do his part.
Does anyone know what he needs to do? On the phone, it's different, I think.
Is it?
William, you've done it on the phone before, right?
He's calling me on my phone.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I would say you have to hit unmute on the phone.
Okay. I got Molly. Hold on a second. Molly, he's saying he's hitting *6 to unmute, but it keeps saying the host has to unmute him.
Right, that's what it told me that time. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I
I keep hitting the button. I've hit it several
Okay.
times. I'm not sure. Can you tell him to come out and come back in?
She said, can you go out and come back in? Okay, thanks. He is going to go out and come back in.
Thank you. Let's just wait a minute while he does that.
Let's see.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Here he is back again.
Let's see if it works this time. It's not working for you?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Molly keeps telling him the same thing.
So can he come through your speaker like you do for the public comments?
I have to go get the external speaker. Hold on. Uh-huh. Okay. He said in 3 minutes, he'll be able to pull up a laptop.
Okay. So
All
let's
right.
continue and then we can come back to
Okay.
the
If you hang up from them, I'll put you on
Mr.
speaker until you get on
Yeah.
the laptop. All right.
All right.
I have him on speaker on my phone until he can pull up on a laptop.
Okay.
Can you hear them?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay.
So, Dr. Rodriguez, Mr. Stribinger, right now we have an executive session, just the personnel ratification report. Will
Yes.
you be giving an update on the Hilton Head middle school teacher?
Yes, I can share some information. However, I would just remind the board that if there was any subsequent action on behalf of that teacher, that the board could be sitting in a position to have to hear.
You're fading out.
Can you hear? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if there's any subsequent action on behalf from that teacher, that then the board could be sitting in a position where they would have to hear that. So I can provide the board, an update. But I think that's important for the board to remember that they could be having to sit and listen to that if there's any follow-up from that teacher.
Okay.
Do we want to keep the time at 5:30?
I would think so.
Okay. And I'll add that to the agenda, personnel update.
Yeah. All right. It looks like we're down to the Parker donation and that's not clear whether that's going to happen or not at this meeting. So that's why it's in red, I believe. Is that right, Molly? I mean, Robin?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. First, public comments as printed above. Approval of minutes, and we have 2 sets there, August 4th and 25th. The chairman's report, I'm not sure yet. The one item is the fiscal autonomy, and I'm not able to say today whether it will be under chairman's report or under board business action. Why don't you put it right now under chairman's report?
Okay.
Remember they wanted it, we decided that at the second August meeting.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Stribinger's hands up.
Okay, thank you. David?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Under the minutes, we also have the work session minutes?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Good pickup.
And under the chairman's report, will you be giving an update on the law conference?
Sure. Or maybe I'll ask one of you guys.
Well, you can. I just, you got to
Yeah.
have bullet points there now, so,
Yeah, there, and there's a lot of good information.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So those, you heard those, Robin, under there?
Under, I'm going to put the work session minutes under approval of minutes,
minutes, right.
under chairman's report, fiscal autonomy,
Right.
update on law conference.
Yeah, and call the fiscal autonomy, what for right now, say update on fiscal autonomy.
Got it?
All right. We're down to the committee reports. Those are the ones that are meeting or will have met from our the August 18th or,
Yes.
okay, to now,
Mhm.
September 1. Okay. And do we know what, any action coming out of those?
David's hands up.
Okay, David, go ahead.
Thanks, Madam Chair. The Ad hoc Results Committee has completed its work and will be bringing the recommendation forward,
Okay,
assuming that we get Dr. Rodriguez's agreement, which
Okay.
I think we will.
okay.
So we'll be bringing forth that, and it'll require an action.
And Kathy, do you know about the academic committee?
Yes, I know that, I believe we'll be bringing forward our revised scope. We brought it one time and then we took it back and worked on it again. So,
Okay.
I believe that will be brought forward.
And also,
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Smith.
will both of those be put into board docs, the recommendation prior to the board meeting?
Once they're approved after the meetings, they will be.
Oh,
But I think what Mr. Smith is asking is, will the draft scope and the draft results, I guess you'd say document be put in there, correct, William?
correct, yes, ma'am.
I put those under the committee.
Yeah.
So the draft will be under the committee's meeting first, and then after the meeting, it'll be moved over to the September 1st meeting.
Right, the September
Right,
1st
I guess, yeah. Okay.
board docs, correct?
Correct.
All right, thank you,
I think we're saying the same thing, just a little differently.
thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Then the Ad hoc Bluffton Growth Committee, do you know what will be coming out of there, Robin, or are yet to meet still, I think?
They're meeting on Thursday, and they
Okay.
will have started tours, so she'll probably update about those things.
All righty. Now we're going to the superintendent's report. And do we have Dr. R back on here? Not yet, right?
He's on my phone.
Oh, perfect.
Oh.
Okay.
So,
So,
Dr. Frank, can you hear? Go ahead.
So on the superintendent's report, and I'm in the process of logging in.
we can't hear him.
Mm.
He says he went, you're in the process of logging in right now, sir?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Let's see.
Let's see.
Not yet.
Molly sent a message saying that she's asking IT to look into the problem, but
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Well, here you come.
Okay.
okay.
I'm hanging you up.
Now he's muted. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me?
Welcome, Dr. Rodriguez. Yes.
All right, good.
So
Okay,
we're on to the superintendent's report. That's where we are on the agenda setting.
Yep, perfect. Okay, so want to do a session in there on start of schools. We can list that under student achievement. And then we can do a section on a COVID-19 update.
Mm-hmm.
And then, well, I think that's it under superintendent's report. And then I have something else for board business action.
Okay,
I have a question.
Yes.
go ahead, Kathy.
Does the, a report on LEAP, is that included in one
Yes.
of those categories? Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Mr. Smith?
Dr. Rodriguez, could you back it up? You said you were going under the superintendent's report?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and you said, and could you repeat what you said you had going under there for me? You went a little fast for me. Could you repeat
Yep.
that?
Yep. So we have a start of school update for the board, and then a COVID-19 update.
Okay, and do any of these actions, do any of these foresee any actions coming out of them?
No.
Okay, so they're just informational to the board.
Yes, for the board.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Yep. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And then I did mention also, Mr. Smith, that I have one more item, but that item is for a board.
You said for board business?
One item, there is an item for board business. I haven't shared what that item is yet. When we get to the section on board business, then I'll share that one.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, for some reason, I'm having trouble now seeing that's okay, I got the agenda here in front of me. So, Kathy or Will, can you
No.
take down your electronic hand, please? And do we have any more questions on the superintendent's report? Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Oh, my hand's down, yeah.
Yeah, both of yours are now, thank you. So now we're on to the board business action, the donation from Fire and Pine in the amount of $24,500 of face shields for district's use, which is incredible.
Mhm.
Dr. Rodriguez, we have the Parker donation under points of celebration. Do you think we should also have I mean, to me, it seems like we should probably have the two donations in the same spot on the agenda.
I would agree. I believe last time we had an agenda item, which was a donation regarding books that were being donated. And I believe that went during the last meeting. I thought it was in board business action where we placed it. So we can put them both together there, or however you all like, we'll proceed accordingly.
If Parker's donation does come, then I was going to move the donation up so that they would be together.
Under which heading?
Under points of celebration. If
That would be
Parker's
fine, but just put a clarifying line that the board has to
has
vote on
to
it.
approve on it.
Right,
Correct.
because they're above 5,000
Right.
greater.
And if Parker does not go again, then the donation will stay where it is
Okay,
appropriately.
okay.
Okay.
So do you want to go ahead with your next?
I was gonna
Yes, go ahead, Mr. Smith.
say that I believe the last time we had this situation, we agreed that they all need to be under board business because the board actually had to take action on that, on the board business action.
We
So
agree.
I think that they both should go under board business action so that the board can take action on it, so that it's clear and there's no dispute in it. I just think that'd be a better place for it to be under.
It just has to be clarified, right? If it's not under the board business, under the celebration, I mean, it's very generous of these people to give the donations. It's fine to you can still take board action under points of celebration. It just has to be clear on the agenda. But we can put them both under board business action. I don't see a problem with that. Kathy?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's fine. So get that, Robin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. Dr. Rodriguez, you're going to say your other.
No, actually, that is my other one. I didn't realize it was already, that Robin already had it. So
Okay.
that was my other one.
All right. I don't think we have anything else.
David's hands up.
Oh, go ahead, David.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Dr. Rodriguez, I couldn't hear you very well when you were talking about the executive session item.
Yeah.
Could you
Yeah,
repeat?
all I was saying, Mr. Stribinger, is that if there, on that particular item that I believe you requested, is just that if there's any actions or steps taken by that individual, right, that the board could have to weigh in, right? So, so it's just a matter of I can provide enough, but I just don't want to compromise the board or the board's position when they have to weigh in on something.
Oh, yeah, I understand. And I'm not requesting that you give an update. I just thought you might want to. It's your call.
Well, I think I don't think we need a separate item on there for it, because the personnel ratification report, in other words, if we do it, we can do it under that section of personnel ratification, and we wouldn't necessarily need a separate item.
Fine with me, whatever you want.
Okay, if that works.
All right. That looks like we, no, I think we got through the agenda.
Yeah.
I didn't have any future topics if you wanted to give me some.
Yeah,
Mr. Smith? Can
I was going to say, actually, we have a request from John Dowling.
Go ahead.
What's that?
Officer, I'm requesting the agenda that Dr. Rodriguez reports to the board on the status of all changes recommended by the efficiency study, to include the plans and the schedules for change, the change for implementation.
Okay.
I just have a request, and that is that we move that to a subsequent board meeting, because our focus and our attention is full-fledged on opening schools in this complex time right now. And so I think to pull that together, I would respectfully request that we move that to a subsequent board meeting.
To the September 15th board meeting?
Or later. I mean, our focus, is going to be on managing the opening of schools at this juncture, which is unlike any other year. This is quite challenging, quite taxing. There's going to be additional focus around it, and I just think that's where our attention needs to be honed in on right now. So
We also still don't know when in-person learning is going to start either. Yeah, and that may make a difference also.
Well, and
Go
our
ahead.
policy says that when somebody makes a request to the board officers, that it needs to be seconded. That, and I don't recall anyone seconding that request. I'm not opposed to that request, but I think that it can be pushed back.
Mr.
I'll second the request if that satisfies that. And we just have to get back to Mr. Dowling and tell him which agenda you're going to put it on.
Yeah.
That's right.
And
Well,
normally,
I was
normally
gonna say
just,
that- Go ahead, Mr. Scripps, I apologize.
I say normally you don't need we haven't required a second as long as I can remember. I know what's written in policy, but precedent has just been that someone requests it and then we deal with it.
Yeah.
So my suggestion would be that we put it at the first business meeting in October, because we really are not certain about what's going to happen in the first few weeks of school, and school starts September 8th. So that's only 3 weeks. And Mr. Dowling's request is not something that will take, it was a quick thing to do. I think it will require a lot of staff time. I'd like to hear what Dr. Rodriguez thinks about the staff time involved with that request.
Yeah, I mean, I actually think that, to be honest with you, that Mr. Dowling's request is really an excellent request. Is certainly a worthwhile request, and I have no issues, obviously complying with it. I believe it's important, but I do think that it is going to take quite some time. I've got hands on deck right now. And I've, our focus, right now is zeroing in on opening of schools, and it is a challenge. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna mince words about that. That's what it is, and so I think it deserves quality attention to it, to provide the board with a quality update on that, and I think, we're going to need some time to dedicate to it. And I think right now our time is dedicated towards managing the opening of schools. It's just, that's where we are, so October is fine.
Mr. Smith?
Unfortunately, I'm going to disagree, because I think that the next board meeting would be more efficient, because at this junction in the district, I think that we've had that efficiency study long enough to have started working on it. And at some point in time, in this district, we're going to have to chew bubble gum and walk at the same time. So with that being said, I do think that we're going to have to start doing things simultaneously, and we're not a short staff of district. When you look at other sides of districts and the amount of staff that we have, I think that we have a large amount of staff in this district to possibly get this done, so that we can walk and chew bubble gum at the same time. So I do think that that the next board meeting would be efficient and efficient enough time. And I do understand the start of school. I just think that we were going to have to be able to get more things done to push this district forward and make sure that our students are and our students and staff are getting what we're well deserved.
Do either you or Ms. Robine want to make a motion?
Earl Campbell was raising his hand.
Okay, thank you, Earl.
I was just going to ask Dr. Rodriguez, how much staff time he think it would take to get that information.
Well, I think what the request is asking for is just an update on the efficiency study piece, a schedule. I mean, these sorts of things. So off the top of my head, I can't tell you a specific time. I can tell you it'll take a considerable amount of time, and it will take me moving staff away from opening of schools in order to get it accomplished. I mean, that's the reality.
Okay, well, I agree with you. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. So Kathy or William or Kathy?
Are you looking for a motion to have this on the next agenda?
Yes. We're going to vote on it.
Okay, well, that's fine. I figured the next agenda, this could be brought back up and we could discuss it then. But I mean, I don't think that I don't see that it needs a vote for this time, because it's not we're doing this agenda setting. So if we're not putting on this agenda, then we can put it on the future topics and bring it up the next agenda setting meeting.
So you're not, because my understanding of what you've said this evening, Mr. Smith, is that you were proposing that it needed to go on to this September 1st agenda, and but that's not what you're proposing. Could you please clarify?
Well, yeah, I did propose that it could go on it, and also, and once I propose it, y'all, you said that you can see it going in October, as well. I believe Dr. Rodriguez supported that, and I think that it needs to be it needs to be talked about before then. But I did not want to pre-put anything on the next agenda prior to seeing where we are at that time. Respectfully.
So I'm going to ask you outright. You're okay with it not going on this agenda? You're not going to object to that?
To the agenda today? Yeah,
Yes.
I am. Yeah. At this point in time, if I will give. Yeah, I don't mind giving them a week to get things together. Yeah, I don't mind. That's
And
straight.
Kathy, are you all right with it not going on this agenda of September 1st?
Yes, I do think we need to get back with Mr. Dowling though and
Okay.
say that it will not be, maybe we just say it won't be on the September 1st agenda. We will be discussing it at our next agenda setting meeting to, see what agenda we can put it on. But that in light of, the opening schools and, just an
I would like to
explanation.
take care of that response back to Mr.
I will.
Okay.
Do you want me to send it to both of you before I send it out to make sure you agree with what I'm saying?
I'm fine with what you just outlined.
Mr. Smith?
I have no problem with that as well.
Okay, so I will
And just
email
copy the
Mr.
board.
Dowling.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So I think we have reached the end of our agenda for September 1st. Do we need to discuss any other board meetings? I don't think
So.
time we do.
Do we want to set the agenda setting meeting?
Yes, we need to. That's not on
Yeah.
here. Exactly. So our next agenda setting meeting. Let's see, Robin, can you pull up the date,
It
please?
should be September 7th.
Okay.
It's
that is
Labor Day.
That's Labor Day.
Yes, it is. I'm sorry. So Tuesday, the 8th, or is that fine?
It's not fine for me that week.
The next board meeting is on the 15th. So do you all want to do it?
Let's see.
Can I make a suggestion?
Go ahead.
Because we're looking for documents and everything into board docs or it's submitted to Robin, I should say, by Thursday.
Mhm.
Anything later in an agenda setting would, basically probably be very difficult to complete or comply with. Would it be possible to do the Friday before or Thursday before?
Which one, the 4th?
The 3rd or the 4th?
Yeah, right?
We already have on the 3rd at, at 4 p.m. we have the policy, and that's going to not be a quickie, I don't think.
Got it.
No.
No.
Okay.
So I'm okay with either what do we have on the 2nd of September?
The
I don't have
2nd?
anything. It's the day after our September board meeting.
Yes.
Yep.
We don't have anything.
That would be preferable
That
to
would
me
work.
than the Friday night before the long holiday weekend.
Okay.
How about
William,
William?
does that work?
I was gonna say I was looking at the 8th, but you're saying that the Friday.
No, Wednesday, the 2nd.
Wednesday the 2nd.
I actually on Wednesday the 2nd, no, that's fine. I apologize. That's fine.
I just hate to meet that far out for a board meeting. Because there's so much that can come up within that time. I really don't like to do that
Well,
far.
it
in
would
advance.
normally be on the 7th, which is Labor Day.
Right.
And that's only, 3 business days later. And I've already explained, the week of Labor Day, I'm not able to meet.
Unless Kathy will be able to meet on the 7th.
It's a holiday. Nobody will be meeting on the 7th.
How about the 8th? How about the 8th?
Well, the only thing is the 8th negates our policy in terms of how many days we're supposed to meet. minimum days. And I thought I heard Dr. Rodriguez say that if anything later than that Monday makes it difficult for the staff to get everything to Robin by Thursday.
I think,
You know,
I just think that the board, I'm sorry, Kathy, I apologize.
no,
Yeah,
that's,
go ahead and
is
finish your
that-
thought. Yeah.
I thought that's what I heard you say, Dr. Rodriguez.
Yeah, I mean, I've just heard conversations at several board meetings now from board members about wanting the materials in there or pulling an item off the agenda. And so if we go to, as it is, we have these meetings on Mondays, and that really is Tuesday and Wednesday for the board to get it prepared to put in on Thursday. If we go Tuesday afternoon, now that's just Wednesday before it goes in there, you know? So we're just, all I'm saying is it's cutting down on that time. So
So the good thing about Wednesday the 2nd is it's after the other board meeting, or we can do Friday the 4th, but that is not my choice, given the fact that that would be the afternoon before a holiday weekend. I really don't care for that personally, but
Yeah, I would prefer, I hate doing it on Friday, but I would prefer Friday the 4th.
so let's vote.
Can we do it in the morning? Would that be helpful?
No, I can't do it until
Okay.
4 o'clock.
Okay.
My preference is, you're not able to do it on Wednesday the 2nd at 4, William? You haven't really said.
Actually, I haven't checked my I haven't checked my calendar, but at the same time, I was just saying that I also the time frame of someone sitting or adding something to the agenda or request I mean, we're limiting ourselves time for those to get to it as well. Or if something came up, then we might need to add on to that. You're talking about coming right after Labor Day weekend.
So can I explain, William, if you put it on the 4th in the afternoon before the holiday weekend, that means the staff has to prepare for it a little bit, not a whole lot. But Saturday, Sunday, and Monday are all holidays. Nobody's going to do anything till the 8th. And there we are again, back to a shortened period before the 10th when all the documents are due. And that would be another reason why my preference is Wednesday, September 2nd.
I think that makes sense. Maybe what we really need to make sure that we do is we let the board know soon, you know, that our next agenda setting meeting will be earlier than it normally is, so everyone has a heads up.
So do we want to take a vote?
Well, do we need a motion?
Sure.
Okay. I move that we set the agenda setting meeting for the September 15th meeting on Wednesday, September 2nd.
Do we have a second? Okay, I'll second it. You're not going to, Will?
No, I'm not going to second that.
Okay. Do we need any further discussion? I think we've discussed it a lot already. Okay. All those in favor?
Did you second it?
Yes.
Okay, well, yeah,
Go
I guess
ahead.
I would need to call for the vote.
Yes, please.
Everyone in favor, show of hands, aye.
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 Opposed? Abstain?
Are you
So
abstaining?
it's two, yes, ma'am, it's 2-1, I abstain.
Okay, so it's Friday, excuse me, it's Wednesday, September 2nd at 4 p.m. So
And
Kathy,
if it's your desire, I can send an email to the board saying that we've landed on this date because of the holiday weekend.
right.
Is that something?
That's great. You could maybe just put it all in the same email with what you're writing to John. Or to the, because you're going to
No,
copy
they're
the
two
board
separate.
anyway.
No, I'll make it two separate.
Separate, that's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that we adjourn at this time.
I second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries unanimously. Thank you, everybody. Have a nice evening. Bye.
Yeah,
Thank you. Bye.
you too.
Bye now.
Right.